She kept cutting across his lawn, so he taught HOA Karen a lesson she'll never forget. What would you do if your neighbor, backed by the HOA, kept disrespecting your property, driving straight through your lawn like it was a public road? That's exactly what happened to Marcus, a hard-working black homeowner who had enough of one HOA Karen's entitled behavior. But when polite warnings didn't work, Marcus came up with a plan that left the whole neighborhood talking. And trust me, you're going to love what happened when Karen tried it one last time. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more real stories like this one. Marcus had worked his whole life to buy his first home. It wasn't a mansion, but it was his pride and joy, a modest suburban house with a neatly kept green lawn out front. Every morning he watered the grass, trimmed the hedges, and took care of his yard. But there was one problem. Karen, the head of the neighborhood, HOA. She thought the rules didn't apply to her. Instead of driving around the cul-de-sac like everyone else, she cut straight across Marcus's yard whenever she felt like saving 30 seconds. Tire marks carved ugly scars into his once perfect grass. At first, Marcus thought it was an accident, but when it happened again and again, he politely confronted her. Karen just rolled her eyes and snapped, "Don't be so dramatic." It's just grass. Marcus decided to handle things the right way. He documented everything, photos of the tire tracks, times, and dates. He even went to the HOA meeting to raise his concern. But guess who ran the meeting? Karen herself. She laughed off his complaint and said, "If your lawn can't handle a little traffic, maybe you shouldn't own a house here." The other board members stayed quiet. Some sympathized, but nobody wanted to challenge her. Frustrated, Marcus tried one more time. He put up small wooden stakes and signs that said, "Private property, keep off." But within days, Karen not only ignored them, but actually got out of her car, ripped the signs out of the ground, and tossed them in his trash can. That's when Marcus knew polite wasn't going to work. Marcus wasn't looking for revenge. He wanted respect. So he got clever. On a weekend, he carefully installed a line of retractable tire spikes just beneath the soil of his lawn's edge, the exact spot Karen always cut across. Hidden under the grass, they looked invisible, but if a car rolled over them, the tires wouldn't survive. To make it fair, Marcus left his warning signs up. Anyone paying attention would know. But he also knew Karen never read signs. She thought rules were for everyone else. For 2 days, nothing happened. Marcus waited. He kept watering his lawn like usual, hiding a small smile, knowing it was only a matter of time before Karen learned her lesson. On the third afternoon, Marcus heard it, the familiar sound of Karen's SUV crunching onto his grass. Then came a loud hiss, followed by a thump, thump, thump. 4 of her brand-new tires had been shredded in seconds. Karen jumped out of her car, screaming and pointing at Marcus. But the neighbors were already outside, watching. One of them said, "He warned you, Karen." We all saw the signs. When the tow truck came, Karen tried to blame Marcus, but the police told her she had no case. She had knowingly trespassed onto his property after multiple warnings. The officer even said, "Consider yourself lucky he didn't press charges for property damage." From that day on, Karen never drove across Marcus's lawn again. In fact, she started avoiding him completely. And the neighborhood? They quietly applauded Marcus for standing his ground. Marcus didn't just protect his lawn. He proved that sometimes the best way to deal with entitlement is with patience, clever thinking, and a little bit of justice served cold. And that, my friends, is how Marcus turned the tables on an HOA Karen who thought she could do whatever she wanted. What would you have done in his shoes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories just like this one.